I'm gonna go ahead and throw my handlebars on here. And I apologize for the lawnmower. They seem to be loud as heck today, and then the blowers kick in and all this blah, blah, blah. I don't know about your area, but I heard that they're gonna be outlining the gas blowers and just going to electric. I'm using this 3-way right here, or tri-tool. This is my go-to handy dandy. Should be the staple in your toolbox. This Ritchie has 4 face bolt style bolts. Some have 2, this one has 4, albeit they're very tiny. And these bolts have a little bit of blue material, and it's pre-applied from the factory, and it's just it's a thread locker. Pretty safe to say when you see blue, and every company usually adheres to this, is going to be something you can break free with a tool, but this thread locker is meant to keep these bolts from vibrating loose, if I haven't told you already. So I'm going to go ahead and leave one bolt here in the faceplate. I'm going to leave it just like that, and if I can, leave the tool, everything together. And then, so I'm having that ready to go, so when you're working by yourself, and this area needs to be clean. This Ritchie has more information inside, 70 millimeter, so that's the length of it. It's got a 6-degree rise, 84 something, 31.8 for the handlebar, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just gonna do a rough centering right now. It doesn't have to be perfect. And this Ritchie actually has the badge. The badge is one direction, so we're gonna make sure we get that right side up. Ritchie RT, Ritchie what? Is it RT? I don't know. Ritchie bikes, Ritchie trucks. Just be very careful here. If you have to, just use your fingers, but you don't want to cross thread. This one grabbed pretty good. And let that sit. It's definitely loose. And then I'm gonna go across, I'm gonna do diagonal. So anytime you got multiple bolts, and this bolt is still loose, so all bolts will always be loose until every last bolt is put in. But we're going diagonal, and I'm just kind of copying the pattern. I'm going to be tightening it in. So we're always doing tightening one side, go to the opposite, tighten the other. But right now I'm just getting these started. And as long as all bolts are loose, it's going to allow you to align the next bolt in there. So it'll make more sense once I do this and I break out the torque wrench. Another important thing, we want to make sure that the gap, this faceplate comes in, and there's going to be a gap between these two pieces. We want there to be an even gap on top, even gap on the bottom. Let's see, let's get a little pressure on this so I can align the bars so it will stay. And these bars, they don't have to be perfect, but sometimes they give you a little window. I can't see anything here, so I'm gonna go for the top here. Loosen that guy a little bit. Drop it down. So there should be an even gap on the top here, even gap on the bottom. And just easy pressure. Trying to get them all somewhat even. So it will force you to kind of bend down and see what's going on. Once you start feeling a little bit of pressure and rough evenness top and bottom, let's see. So we're just barely in the vicinity. So I'm gonna go ahead and break out my torque wrench. Usually Ritchie's about 5 Newton meters, and you're gonna find that either here, or on the bottom. If you see 2 different numbers in either side, then adhere to that. If it says 4 here and 5 here, then that's what it calls for. If I find 5 in one spot and that's it, then I'm gonna do 5 Newton meters here, 5 Newton meters here. But I'm gonna be using this guy. This is the Park Tool ATD1, and typical Ritchie is going to use 4 millimeter hex tool for this. So I'm going to start at the bottom left. Felt pretty stiff there. I'm not going to turn the heck out of it. Just create some tension. Go opposite diagonal. Create some tension. You don't have to get that click right away. And then I'm going to jump to this other side on top, which you can or can't do, or you're jumping down to the bottom here. But just try and go boom, boom, opposite, opposite. Technically, I was choosing something on the opposite side, so we'll start over here. I'm gonna go opposite, diagonal, I got a click there. I'm gonna jump diagonal here. So first shot here. Boom, tighten. Still got a decent gap on the bottom. I'm gonna go diagonal to the other side. Tighten. So if I could stay on this side, or I can just jump to the farthest, which would be this one, or I can go to the other side over here. So diagonally, your call. So right there, I didn't quite get a click there, but that's okay. But continue. So I got a click there. I'm gonna go back here. So I will go back and redo these, because after tightening a few, it will loosen up the other side. So you may have to get your clicks 2 times or 3 times just to confirm. See, this is still going, and I still got a nice gap on the bottom. Diagonal, boom. That was a quick one. I'll jump down here. That's a quick one. That's a quick one. So I'm gonna go back again, even though everything went pretty quick. I can feel that tighten just a hair. Same thing, just a hair. Like I said, as you tighten in certain sections, it will relieve the other section. So we want clicks immediately. Boom, boom, like that. I like that. And we have equal gaps, top and bottom.